My video essay is about the history of motion graphics. Now, there's something magical about animation that many artists through the ages have wanted to bring out their inner love for a very long time. And they were finding more and more cave drawings in which animals have had multiple limbs. Now, the artists working with these magical lanterns in pieces of glass in one picture and then switch it over and let it be used as hand drawings in animation. There's also the puppet animation, there's clay animation. Some of them was a man named Emil Coe. He introduced the idea of the use of abstraction in animation. Now, Winsor McCay started to make his animated films 3 years later in 1911. He had an incredible ability to create a real-life character out of the impossible things like a mosquito or a dinosaur. And then coming forward to the Disney Animation Studios in the 1930s, where they then tested out these sensibles. Now, the roots of motion graphics are really roots of experimental animation. That is as old as the medium of media itself. Both motion graphics and animation encourage play, and it's through that process and experimentation that a lot of interesting stuff is made. Every now and then, somebody creates something that has a viewpoint and is trying to do something new, usually by accident. Next thing you know, they're developing a voice of their own by taking risks and inviting in the stakes, and a whole new way of creating into the process. There's just a kind of weird abstract drama playing out on the screen that transcends a lot out of normal structures and storytelling. It goes back to when we used to gaze into the fire. That kind of primal experience of looking at flickering imagery and hearing things that seem to match with it. That's very deeply embedded in us. Motion graphics basically taps into that. That's important. You don't always have to have a character or a clear narrative in order to move somebody. Motion graphics is digital footage or animation technology to create the illusion of motion or rotation, and are usually combined with audio for use in multimedia projects. Motion graphics are usually displayed via electronic media technology. So the role of motion graphics is to make whatever you are watching more realistic. The purpose and value of motion graphics is vital because it is probably the most effective way to carry a message across, especially when it comes to marketing, since we now live in a technological day and age, so that whatever you are working on, be it a movie or a television program, is believable to the audience. Modern media wouldn't be as advanced as it is now if motion pictures were not in the picture. For example, we'd still be watching plays in theaters instead of going to the movies or cinemas. It wouldn't be as effective and wouldn't be relevant.